Alright, budget magic time. Playing some Mono Black Monument in Standard, and... okay, we'll try this. Kind of land heavy, but our deck does like a decent amount of lands. Swamp, go. Any of our 2-drop non-creatures would be pretty sweet. Plains for our opponent. Bantu's also pretty sweet. Let's Swamp and Syndicate Trafficker. Pass the turn. So opponent... who knows? Could be a white monument deck. Could be token deck. Something completely different. Like a ramp deck? Ramp? Basic Plains Go is a little weird. A lot of times the token decks do have a 1-drop. I guess it could be Approach or Blue-White Control. Although Basic Plains a little less likely. Oh, alright. Looks like Control, perhaps. Well, let's get in with Syndicate Trafficker. Opponent has Ether Meltdown. That's actually pretty fine because it means we get to get down our Bantu while our opponent's tapped out. So play Bantu. It does get hit by Cast Out and whatnot, but we can definitely sack Syndicate Trafficker to start scrying and attacking with Bantu. Opponent. Gids of the Trials. Sure. So definitely looks like Blue-White Approach. Well, I think we just do this now while our opponent's tapped down. Get rid of Gideon and pass the turn. Can't really attack with anything. The challenge here in game 1 is killing our opponent before they find an approach. Glacial Fortress for our opponent. There's Marionette Master. We'll play Field of Ruin. Let's just sack Syndicate Trafficker, Scry Drain. Ruthless Knave to the bottom for now. Get in with Bantu. Run out our Weaponcraft Enthusiast. See if this draws out a counter. Alright, there's the counter. Sure. Pass the turn. Another land for our opponent. Contempt's not great. Let's play Dire Fleet Hoarder. And then let's just sack Hoarder. Scry Drain, get a treasure. Now we're going to get Cast Out. Alright, disallows the Scry Drain trigger. That is an aggressive use of a disallow. Opponent down to 11. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess if they have like double approach in hand, it kind of makes sense just to try to live. Let's play Ruthless Knave. Resolves. Sack Ruthless Knave. Get some treasure. Get in with Bantu. Basically, we're trying to get in a position where if our opponent taps out for approach, we kill them. And we're not quite there. Here's the approach. Yep. Up to 14. Yeah, I think we're going to be just short. Enthusiast. I guess we just gotta hope they don't have it. So play Enthusiast. Make servos. Sack Enthusiast. Swamp to the top. This does give us lethal next turn if our opponent has literal nothing. Opponent's down to 9. Because we can play Marionette Master, sack the treasures, use the treasure mana to sack a servo. Loses to a counter spell. Also loses to approach this turn, obviously, or a cast out effect. So I guess a lot of things, come to think of it. Opponent passes. Play the Swamp. Well, let's run out Marionette Master, see what our opponent does. Resolves. Do they have a cast out? They do not. So put the counters on it. Oh, we should have it now. Go attacking. Put our opponent down to 9. Or down to 7 and pass the turn. Disallow could still get us. Rivulet. Alright, no disallow available, so now we got it. Sack treasure. Sack treasure. And that should be 8. Whew! We got there. Sweet. This deck is pretty good. Bantu really coming through. So we get to take out a lot of our bad cards. Fatal Pushes, definitely out. Not even sure about Vraska's Contempts. Maybe leave 1. We need all 4 Duresses. I kind of want the Doomfalls as well. Maybe we just Doomfall over Contempt, go down Yahani. The only other card I'd really like to fit in would be one more Bloodfast. Having a Treasure Map or Bloodfast against Control on turn 2 is a really big swing in our favor. But I'm not sure what we'd cut. It might be Bantu, even though Bantu was good that game. Let's go down the Bantu for another Bloodfast. We just really want at least one Treasure Map or Bloodfast in this matchup. It's seriously like our best, it's our best card in the matchup, I think. Apart from just like winning the game, but super important to get one of those down. Alright, we got the Treasure Map. I actually really like this hand. We can Hoarder on turn 2 and then Treasure Map Scry turn 3. And that lets us play around Censor with Treasure Map and get the value right away. Of course, if our opponent plays a tap land or something, then we will probably just run out Treasure Map to make sure it resolves. Because we just really want this to resolve. It's so good. Opponent plains and passes. Well, play the Swamp and run out our Hoarder. If our opponent censors, they censor. They censor. Yep. Well, that was kind of predictable. Pass the turn. If this Treasure Map resolves, I'll feel pretty good. Rivulet for our opponent. I'll play Field of Ruin, run out Treasure Map. Actually, don't mind the second Treasure Map. Is our opponent mistapping on a counterspell, I believe. Looks like Supreme will. Yup. Alright. Well, first 2 plays countered. That's alright, though. We have another Treasure Map in hand, and we've eaten through 2 counters. Opponent misses their land drop. That's good news. Well, now we're definitely getting down a Treasure Map. Play Treasure Map. If they counter again, then we just play the 3rd Treasure Map. Alright, there's a counter. Well, we've eaten through a lot of Supreme Wills, and by forcing our opponent to counter our Treasure Maps, it's actually pretty good for us, because they're not able to use these Supreme Wills to dig for lands, which they pretty clearly need. Well, they find a land anyway. And passes. I think we're going to upkeep Scry for a land, and then just play... Alright, we find a land. So play the land and just run out Weaponcraft. Make some servos. Pass the turn. We have Duresses to draw into now as well, which are good. So opponent leaves both on top, plays a land, and passes. Well, let's continue our upkeep scrying. I don't even know if we want more lands now, honestly. I think we're going to put Deadlands to the bottom. There's Bantu's Monument. Well, let's go attacking with our servos. Play Bantu's Monument. See if this draws out a counter. Does not. Then we'll play a Hoarder. Drain our opponent. Man, if we can get this Treasure Map to flip, I'll be very happy. Is it cast out? Alright, Meltdown. That's not very good. Because we would like to sack that anyway. I mean, I guess our opponent doesn't know that we're going to try to Ruthless Knave. Well, if we get the flip on Treasure Map, things are pretty sweet. The classic Ether Meltdown your Hoarder into Fumigate you. Alright. Well, let's just upkeep Scry, get the flip. Ruthless Knave, I think to the bottom. We're looking for more impactful plays now. So play Ruthless Knave, drain our opponent. And I guess we run out Trafficker too. Just run out our hand. Pass the turn. It makes it harder to sack our Ruthless Knave, but I think that's fine. Our opponent's getting close to approach time, which is our big concern here. There's the mana. So it's just approach. It's approach. Gonna be hard to 26 our opponent this turn. That's for sure. Maybe with Marionette Master. It's a Trafficker. So let's draw. Play Syndicate Trafficker. Drain our opponent. If they just have double, then they got us. Get in with our creatures. Play a Swamp and pass the turn. Hope that they don't have the second approach in hand for the win. Looks like they do not. Alright, opponent's passing. Do we want to make treasure here? Or just keep attacking with our stuff? Yeah, let's just keep attacking. Untap. Draw another treasure map. Well, attack with everything. Hit our opponent. Settle the wreckage. Ugh. Yeah, let's sack a Trafficker. And then I guess we'll just take a couple lands. So take a couple lands, run out a treasure map, and pass the turn. See if our opponent goes Rivulet Milling. If they do, cycles a farmland. Alright. So they're not there yet, as far as drawing the approach. Unless they draw a second one. We got to keep in mind that this Field of Ruin can force our opponent to shuffle. And there's no option, so they have to shuffle. Alright, opponent passes, so we... Actually, let's scry first with treasure map. Swamp bottom. If we can find, like, Duress plus Marionette Master, there's a decent chance we just win. Draw a card. Another swamp. Alright. Untap. Draw. There's a Marionette Master. Alright, let's scry. See if we can find a Duress to go with it. We have 4 in our deck. Weaponcraft to the bottom. Draw a card. Another Marionette Master. Well, play the Swamp. Play Marionette Master. This is not just lethal, unfortunately. Ether Meltdown. Alright. Ether Meltdown means we need to make servos. Man, maybe... Well, I guess that meant we wouldn't have won no matter what. So let's pass the turn. See what our opponent does. We gotta hope they don't draw Approach. That's the nightmare. Opponent glimmers. I think this gets them to Approach, which means we need to Field of Ruin. Definitely not guaranteed to save us. They could still just draw into an Approach. Both to the bottom. Well, that's a good sign that they didn't necessarily have it. Land. Did our opponent find the Approach? And our opponent looks like they found the Approach. Oh, they didn't. It's a Fumigate. Okay. Well, we're back into it. We're back in it. We got a shot. We have a Marionette Master. We get to flip our treasure map. Oh boy. Oh boy. Would love to find the Duress. Opponent taps out? Oh, do they emblem? Alright, opponent emblems. So now we have to kill Gideon before we can win. Well, we still get to flip our treasure map. Ruthless Knave to the top. Draw Knave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Marionette Master. Yeah, let's go counters. Play Knave. Drain our opponent. And yeah, let's pass the turn. We have lethal, but that Gideon emblem is keeping our opponent alive for the time being. Plays a land. And we still have the countdown of them eventually finding Approach. Takes up Gideon. Well, sack a treasure. Drain our opponent. Draw land. How do we get rid of Gideon other than just attacking? Untap. Draw a card. More land. Sack a treasure. Draw a card. Drain our opponent. Not more lands. We don't need more lands. Syndicate Trafficker. Sack a treasure. Draw a card. Drain our opponent. Play Marionette Master. Drain our opponent. Last card. Glibber. Oh, no! Oh, man. That increases the likelihood of our opponent finding an Approach. Make the servos. Play Syndicate Trafficker. Drain our opponent. Play the Swamp. Yeah, I think it's too much to expect that our opponent did not find it yet. Hit our opponent. You know what? I think we got to do this. Put our opponent to 0, below 0. See if this hits us a Duress. No. Alright. Well, we just could not find our Duresses. Come on, no Approach somehow. Field of Ruin. And we got the GGs? Our opponent could not find the Approach. Fires up the Gideon. Wow. Goes attacking. I can't believe our opponent didn't find it. You know what? This doesn't even matter. Sure, we'll take the damage. Untap. Might as well Doomfall to make sure there's no settle. Even though they gave us a GG's, it's the correct thing to do. Search for his Kanta. Wow. Alright, we got there. Attack Gideon. Attack our opponent. And we got there. Taking down Blue-White Approach. Mono-Black Monument. The deck just keeps winning. Seeming kind of legit-ish.
Thanks for watching the video. If you're subscribed, make sure to hit that bell icon to get notifications for all the latest videos. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you can find the next video right here.